Good morning, children. The next traditional irrigation method is by using a rahat. Means rahat is also a old traditional Indian irrigation method. So rahat is also working based upon lever system. Understand? Means by balancing some force in opposite side. So we used to fill the buckets with water and pouring a tilt it towards to the field. Understand? So here, if you'll observe carefully in this picture, here one farmer is present who is trying to rotate the bullock or any kind of animals, understanding, surrounding this lever system. Okay. So now here, if it comes to the rahat or lever system, in the rahat system of irrigation, water is drawn out from a well. Understand? Suppose, let me imagine this is the well. We know that well will be in a circular shape. So now on the surface of the well, we used to fix some kind of wooden sheets. Means a middle in between some gap will be present. So in this gap, we used to fix a big wheel. Understand? So this is a well, and we are used to fix a big wheel there. So there is a large wheel fixed on a axle above the mouth of the well. Above the mouth of the well. So for the axle, for the long axle, we used to fix a big wheel here. Understanding on the surface of the well. So now a long belt with many small metal parts is put over the circumference of a big wheel. Circumference of a big wheel which can move over the wheel when the wheel turns. Understand? So here we are used to fix a big wheel on the surface of the well, and for the well on its circumference we used to fix a small metal parts. For what is the purpose of these parts? They will, if the wheel is rotating, means these parts will go inside and they will fill the water and they will bring the water out. They will pump the water out from the well. So a long belt with many small metal parts is put over the circumference of a big wheel which can move over the wheel when the wheel turns. Understanding? Now, the lower end of the long belt of parts, understanding the lower level of the long belt parts, they will go inside. Understanding? Wheel, they will, when it will turns, the lower end of the long belt of parts dip in the water. Dip in the water of the well. So the big wheel is turned by using a lever system driven by the force of bullocks. If you'll observe here, bullocks are any kind of animals such as buffaloes or camels. So when the bullocks move the long horizontal handle of the lever system. Understanding? Here if you'll observe, we are having a one kind of lever system. Understand? This everything is a gear one. So everything is connected here. So when this bullock is rotating around this lever system, then this gear system will rotate. Automatically when this gear system will rotate means energy will pump to this big wheel. So this big wheel also will start rotating. So if this big wheel will start rotating means what is going to happen? These metal parts will go inside and they will fill the water and they will pour here. So it will be supplied to the fields. So the lower end of the long belt of parts dip in the water of the well and they will carry the water. So the big wheel is turned by using a lever system driven by the, here it is a lever system. Understanding? Driven by the force of bullocks or any kind of animals. So when the bullocks moves long, understanding, when the bullocks is continuously moves around like this, horizontal handle of the lever system by going round and round. Understanding? So here what is going to happen when this bullocks is going round and round? So here this gear system will rotate. So if this gear system is connected to this big wheel axle, these are having same axle, correct or not? So like these are two tires. So one tire is rotating means automatically another tire also will rotate. So when this bullock is going around and around, what is going to happen? The big wheel fixed over the mouth of the well starts rotating. When the wheel rotates, what is going to happen? The water filled parts come out of the well. Filled parts come out of the well, one after the other, go over the wheel, come downwards, pour the water in a channels, means filled carrying channels who will supply the water. So they will get emptied and then go down again into the well to bring out more water. Understand? So the water brought out by the parts connected to a continuously rotating belt is used for irrigation in the fields. So this bullocks is continuously rotating. What is going to happen if this bullocks is rotating means this is the lever system which we have arranged here. So due to this, with the help of this bullocks here, this lever system is rotating means automatically these gears will rotate. So if this gears is connected to a big axle to the big wheel, so if this gears is rotating means this is, imagine like a small wheel, like our bicycle. So if this back wheel is rotating means automatically the front wheel also will rotate. So here this wheel, what is going to happen? This wheel is containing a big iron, a small iron part. So this they will go inside, they will filled with the water and they will pour into the channels like this. If the bullock is continuously rotating means this wheel is also rotating, filling with the water and pouring into the channels. So like that we can supply the continuous supply irrigation. You can use it for this kind of rotating belt is used for irrigation in the fields for continuous supply of water. Understanding? So once if we'll get the sufficient amount of water, then we can remove the bullock from this, then automatically the system will be stopped. Again, if you want to pour the water from the well to the fields, again this bullock will tie, they will start rotating around with the help of farmer. Understand? So now what is going to happen with this lever system? Automatically this big wheel also will rotate and they will this small iron pots they will filled with the water and they will be emptied once they will reach us to these channels. Like this, it will be a continuous process. Understand? So now these are the 4 traditional methods which you have studied in last class and today's class, and next we are going to study now the present irrigation technique, that is pumps. See, nowadays we are not at all using any kind of animal power or else human power. Just if you switch on, then automatically water will be pumped from the ground, underground to surface of the earth. Correct or not? With the help of modern technologies, pumping systems and current, everything, electricity. So now we will study the use of pumps for irrigation. Understand? So what is the use, what is a pump and how we can, what is the advantage of these pumps? Okay. So anyhow, the human labor or cattle are used in lift water in the traditional method of irrigation. But if it comes to now, we are using pump system without any use of manual power or external power, animal or humans. So now here what is going to happen? The uses of pumps for irrigation. So if it comes to uses of pumps for irrigation, we know that in a traditional methods of irrigation we used to use human labor or cattle. So the traditional method of irrigation are cheaper but less efficient. Less efficient means the amount of water which we are using to supply to the fields may be less, and it may, people will be tired. It may be cheaper because we are not using we are not buying any kind of costly instruments and all something. Just we are using animals and a small kind of iron buckets and something will be like wheels and all. Understand? But a traditional method of irrigation are not used, understanding, much in nowadays, because these days pumps are commonly used for lifting water. Understanding? From everywhere, from wells, ponds, lakes, streams and including even rivers. Understand? So these pumps are run by electricity. Most of the pumps are run by electricity. Or else few years if you'll go back, then we can see that diesel pumps. Correct or not? So now also somewhere you can observe that diesel pumps or else biogas or what we can say that solar energy. With these all, nowadays the pumps are running. So when a pump is used to draw out water from a narrow well, it is called as tube well. It is called as tube well. So here now this is a present technique. We used to dig a small narrow well inside the deep of the earth, and we used to arrange some kind of pumping system. So from the pumping system, water will be pumped out from the motors with the help of electricity. So this is called as tube wells. Understand? This is what surface of the earth. We used to dig very deeper inside the earth, and we used to pump the water with the help of pumps. Understand? So when a pump is used to draw out water from a narrow well, then it is called as tube well. So nowadays tube wells are being used for increasingly for lifting underground water to be used for irrigation in agriculture. Even for every kind of purposes, now we are used to drink water from the underground. So that will be supplied with the help of pumps. That is only called as tube well. So now we will describe some modern methods of irrigation in which, though the water is pumped out through tube wells, but used in such a way that its wastage is prevented. Because nowadays, even if you'll observe that underground water level is decreasing, because even though 3/4 of the earth is covered with the water, but the pure water, means which is useful for the human purposes, is very less percentage. In that, one of the major source of drinking water or human useful water is underground water, but its wastage is nowadays more. Understand? Means we are polluting that water and we are wasting unnecessarily. So now we have to study that. Through the tube wells, we are using that to pumping the water, but we have to learn that such a way that it should not be wasted, and it must be the wastage must be prevented. Understand? So now the modern method of irrigation techniques, instead of directly pumping, instead by using a tube wells or by using electricity pumps or diesel pumps or something, we have to prevent that wastage. So how we can prevent? That is only the modern methods of irrigation. What is that? Modern methods of irrigation. Understanding? So the modern methods of irrigation techniques are two things, that is sprinkler system and drip system. So nowadays, if you'll observe that, even though we are drawn the water from the tube wells with the help of tube wells, but due to the cultivating a large amount of area, but underground water level is decreasing day by day. So we are updating this modern methods of irrigation. That is only one of the modern method of irrigation is sprinkler system. So the modern methods of irrigation help us to use water economically, means by preventing its wastage. By preventing its wastage. Understanding? So the modern methods of irrigation help us to use water economically by preventing its wastage. So the two main modern methods of irrigation are sprinkler system. What is sprinkler system, and the next one is drip system. What is drip system? So now one by one we will study clearly. So if it comes to the sprinkler system, even our areas nowadays we used to see that. Understanding? Some kind of iron pipe is coming up to the surface of the earth, and when the water is supplied, it is used to rotate fastly, and it need to spread the water throughout the area. So the sprinkler system of irrigation, the main pipeline is laid on the fields, laid in the fields. Means a main system who is carrying the water will be in the fields. Understanding? Perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles. Nozzles means water delivering pipes. Understanding? So we can see that any kind of what we can say that any kind of small kind of oil delivering tubes and all, they are having some kind of nozzle pipe, but sharp edge it is having a small hole. Correct or not? So this is only called as nozzle. Understanding? So if it comes to the sprinkler system, in the sprinkler system of irrigation, the main pipeline is laid in the fields, means inside the fields. In the fields it will be present, and a perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles, means a small holes. It contains a small holes. A perpendicular pipes will be, suppose let me imagine this is my field. So now here it is having a perpendicular pipe. Main pipe is inside the earth or field, and the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles. Understanding? a small holes. It contains a small holes. It's like a sprinkling. Understand? Drizzling water, drizzling rain. We can say that rain is drizzling now. Drizzling means drop wise it is falling. So now here it is a rotating sprinkling system. It is having a nozzles at the top of, understanding, a top are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. Means with a particular distance, we used to having this pperpendicular pipes which is having a rotating nozzles. So what is going to happen when the water from a tube well, is coming out, then it will be supplied to these perpendicular pipes. Understanding? Tube well is allowed to flow through the main pipeline under pressure with the help of a pump. It escapes from the rotating nozzles. Then water will be forcefully coming out in all the directions of this rotating sprinkling nozzle system. Then this every area of the field will be covered with the water. So this is called as sprinkler system. Understand? So what is going to happen? We used to maintain the pressure with the help of some kind of pumps. Then this water will be escapes from its rotating nozzles. Then this water get sprinkled, understanding, on the crop plants as if it is like a raining system. Understand? So the sprinkler system of irrigation is more useful for the uneven land. Understanding? Uneven land where a sufficient water is not available. Means with the help of less amount of water, we can use to cultivate large amount of field. Means we are having enough land but no water, not sufficient water, by used to keep the water for by using a olden traditional methods and all. Then this system will be more useful. Understanding? So the sprinkler system is also very useful for sandy soil. Because sandy soil is very good transparent, means it will never store the water inside it. So during that case, regularly we have to sprinkle the water instead of pouring the water in a large amount. So in the sandy soils, this kind of sprinkler system is very useful, because normally if we'll allow the water to flow on the surface of the sandy soil, then much water will be transferred from upper surface to the underground with the help of sandy soil, because sandy soil is having much, understanding, it is having less amount of clay. So it is having particles are very loosely packed. So large amount of water will be absorbed by the sandy soil. Absorption means it will never store, just it will transfer to the lower levels of the soil. So that is the reason in the sandy soils we used to use this sprinkler system. Understanding? So an uneven land where a sufficient water is not available, this sprinkler system will be more useful. Understand? So like that, if it comes to even this sprinkler system is a few years back we used to use. Now present days we are not even using this sprinkler system. Very rarely, means some people are using this, but if it comes to the next system is called as what? Next advanced system of irrigation, that is drip system. So this drip system, you can see that everywhere nowadays, everywhere throughout the world. Understand? To prevent the wastage of water. So this drip system, in the drip irrigation system, there is a network of narrow pipes or tubes which having a small holes in the fields. Understand? So like suppose, imagine that this is my cultivating land. Understand? So I have planted some kind of trees, some kind of seeds. So like that everywhere. So like that. Now what I used to do, that I used to keep a large amount of pipes, small pipes. Understanding? One pipe, another pipe. Here also I'm cultivating, like I'm planting a small seeds. So these pipes are connected to a big network. Understand? So here this big pipe will be, water will be supplied through the pump. So what is going to happen? This is the main pipeline who will carry the water. So in this drip irrigation system, there is a network of narrow pipes, small pipes, understanding, are tubes with a small holes. So these pipes, let me imagine, I will draw this like a three-dimensional. So this is the pipe. So these small narrow pipes at each regular distance, they are having a small holes. So through these holes, water will be poured to the plants drop wise. So with these regular distances only, we used to plant the seeds, or else we used to allow the seeds will germinate it. So when the water is coming from the pump to this main pipe, then this water will be supplied to this narrow system. Then through these small holes, the sufficient amount of water is supplied to the plant. So unnecessary wastage of water will be completely prevented. So what is going to happen when the water flows through these narrow pipes? Understand? It falls drop by drop at the position of roots of the plants. Exactly. Roots of the plants. So this water is absorbed by the soil in the root zone, wherever the roots are present. Wherever the roots are present, this root zone only will be absorbed and will be supplied to the plant. Exactly. Supplied to the plants and utilized by the plants. Understand? So there is no runoff or wastage of irrigation water. Understand? So drip system is the best technique for watering. Understand? Or irrigating like fruit plants, trees and gardens. Fruit plants, trees and gardens. So drip irrigation system has the few advantages. The main advantage is drip system provides water to plants drop by drop. So water is not wasted at all. Understand? So like that, the next advantage is drip system minimize the uses of water in agriculture. Minimize, not allowing for waste, not wastage water. And the next one is minimizes the use of water, minimizes the use of water in agriculture. So then we can cultivate a larger amount of area with a less amount of water. So drip system of irrigation is very useful in those regions where the availability of water is very poor. Availability of water is very poor. In that area, this drip system is most useful. Understand? So this is about a modern methods of irrigation, sprinkler system and drip system. Okay, so with this I'm going to end this today's session, and the next class we're going to study the next practices of crop production, that is removing the weeds, or else we used to call it as weeding. So what is the meaning of weed? Weed means unnecessary plants. Understand? So that all we will study in next class. Thank you.